Fylgjur, plural of Fylgja. While being difficult to comprehend, they are effectively our guardian spirits. Christianity would refer to them as guardian angels, and in Islam they are called hafathah. Fylgjur translates literally to someone that accompanies, and was, according to Norse mythology, a supernatural creature that accompanied a person, usually appearing in form of an animal. It was believed to represent a person's lifestyle. For example, a warrior's Fylgjur might appear as a bear or as a wolf, whereas a child's might appear as a bird, often at their time of birth. I had a fascination with Fylgjur before I knew what they were called in Norse mythology. Mine introduced herself to me several years ago as Margaret, and while I wouldn't say she is a guardian as such, she is definitely a guide. She guides me in both the spirit world and in the physical world, and often presents herself either as a mild-mannered old lady or as a selection of 3 or 4 different animals, depending on the situation. It's not something I'm going to dwell on here, but I am more than happy to discuss in more detail if you're interested. Either leave me a comment below or drop me a message on any one of my social media channels. It's said that each Fylgjur is bound to one family line, and so for me that suggests that they could be an ancestor, but almost certainly provides me with a much deeper connection to my ancestors than just a bloodline. My research has suggested that should an individual bring the family name into disrepute, they will abandon said person. And this actually fascinates me because it sort of reinforces the consequences of our actions, highlighting that our decisions even affect the spirit world. Robert Rennick, for example, in his article Hitler's and Others Who Changed Their Name, and a few who did not, discusses that when Adolf Hitler became Chancellor in 1933, there were 22 families in New York named Hitler, or Hitler with a double T. By the end of World War II, there were none. Now, obviously, this is a tad extreme, but it's just one example of how a single member of an ancestral line can ruin the journey for others. Now, it's also said to see one's own Fylgjur is actually bad luck, even going as far to suggest that one becomes destined to die very soon. Like most Norse traditions and mythology, however, the stories are sketchy at best. Fylgjur first appear in the sagas in the story of Burnt Njal, dated from around 1270 to 1290. And modern heathens tend to believe that Fylgjur can be seen as an attendant female spirit or an animal, appearing in dreams, or if you're practicing sadir, trance working, or going on a spirit journey. It is advisable, of course, to be cautious should you wish to discover yours. There are many tales of them determining a person's fate in the Icelandic sagas, and while some of the tales are of good luck, there are also those of bad luck and misfortune.